Welcome to the AOVO Movie Recaps channel. In the future world, all the people on Earth have already died. A global biochemical war swept through, killing over 90% of the human population. With both the instigators and participants succumbing to death, the surviving humans migrated to another planet, leaving only a small fraction behind. This selected group attempted to restore the Earth's ecosystem. The girl is a descendant of these survivors, inheriting her parents' determination. Every day, she navigates through decaying cities, dedicated to finding ways to revive the Earth. One day, she arrives at an abandoned church and discovers a poster promoting robots inside. While engrossed in the poster, the sizzling sound of electricity in the corner captures her attention. She rushes over to investigate and finds a damaged robot with a massive scar on its chest. Some parts are malfunctioning due to damage. After a series of crackling noises, the robot loses consciousness. The girl recalled the poster she had just seen and mistakenly thought the robot was a household model. Consequently, she took out her tools, intending to fix it and bring it back to the base for assistance. However, when the robot powered up again, it had lost most of its memories. It could only recall being attacked by enemies while on a mission, leading it to instinctively adopt a defensive posture upon regaining consciousness. It took a while for the robot to realize the enemies had already left. It was then that the robot discovered its body had returned to normal, and the scar on its chest had been patched up. The girl had been waiting nearby, and when she saw the robot waking up, she appeared overjoyed. Pointing to a box on the ground, she gestured for the robot to help her bring it back to the base. Assuming this was a task assigned by the girl, the robot didn't hesitate to pick up the box and walk with her. After an unspecified amount of time, they finally reached their destination. The robot believed it had completed the task and set the box down. It then made a gesture of offering its heart to the little girl. Finding it amusing, the girl imitated the gesture. The girl's behavior clearly left the robot somewhat puzzled. After the biochemical war, Earth's ecosystem had been utterly devastated. Despite several decades passing, the land remained barren with no signs of life. The girl's mission was to successfully cultivate a sapling capable of adapting to extreme environments. She brought the robot back precisely to help her plant the tree. The girl planned to take the robot to the warehouse, but the entrance, worn out over the years, proved too difficult for her to open. She decided to ask the robot for help, but the robot clearly misunderstood her intentions. Without a word, it immediately deployed its weapons and started firing at the warehouse door. This unexpected scene left the girl stunned, and the robot clenched its fist against its left chest, saluting the girl again, indicating it had completed the task. To prevent such incidents from happening again, the girl used a welding tool to fuse the robot's hands together, rendering it unable to shoot and wield weapons. Not only that, but the girl also attempted to teach the robot how to type. However, its fingers were too thick to effectively strike the keyboard. When she tried to teach it how to turn a valve, its strength proved too much, and it ended up ripping the valve off. It seemed that transforming the robot was a challenging task, but the girl did not give up. She started with planting trees, guiding the robot step by step in the learning process. The robot showed no signs of fatigue, effortlessly digging holes. The addition of the robot significantly increased the efficiency of tree planting for the girl. Following this, the girl brought 2 screwdrivers to address the issue of the robot's thick fingers. With continuous practice, the robot's actions of typing code became increasingly proficient. Eventually, it became so skilled that the girl didn't need to provide guidance. The robot could independently nurture the saplings. With the companionship of the robot, the girl visibly became happier. Her monotonous life finally gained a touch of color, and the robot, through its daily interactions with the girl, considered her its sole owner. Whenever it completed tasks assigned by the girl, it would promptly clench its fist and salute, a gesture that had unconsciously become their most synchronized action. As they continued to plant more and more trees, one day the girl discovered a lush green sapling on the ground. This meant they had finally cultivated a plant capable of thriving in the wasteland. Overjoyed, the girl immediately placed the sapling into a cultivation vessel and excitedly ran towards the base to share the good news with the robot. However, upon entering the base, she found the robot in a standoff with an intruder. One of its arms was already rendered useless, but it still managed to warn the girl to leave quickly. The intruder noticed the girl's presence and angrily roared at her. The robot used its body to push the intruder away, but with a missing arm, it quickly found itself at a disadvantage. The intruder unleashed a barrage of weapons, hitting the vulnerable areas of the robot. Under the fierce attack, the robot fell backward and lost consciousness within moments. As the intruder prepared to deliver a final blow to the incapacitated robot, the girl rushed forward and jabbed an electric wire into the intruder's body. However, this failed to kill him outright, and the girl was kicked away. Seeing the girl about to be in danger, the robot woke up just in time. It tore off the iron ring welded onto its arm with its mouth, conjured a weapon, and approached the intruder, delivering a powerful strike. The intruder immediately raised a pistol and fired wildly into the distance, but the robot was conveniently positioned in his blind spot. No matter how he shot, it had no effect. However, the robot underestimated the intruder's madness. The stray bullets from the intruder's reckless shooting ended up accidentally injuring the girl nearby. Only when the robot completely subdued the intruder, it finally noticed the fallen girl on the ground. After the girl's funeral, the robot sat alone in the base, gazing at the chessboard where they had played, holding a sapling in its hands. Suddenly, it seemed to comprehend something and generated an internal command. To fulfill the mission, the girl couldn't complete. Holding the cultivation vessel, the robot walked to a massive machine, placed the sapling inside, and restarted it. As the indicator lights illuminated, batches of saplings were replicated. Silently pushing a small cart, the robot went outside the base to begin planting trees. Hundreds of years passed, and the human immigrants observed that Earth's ecosystem had recovered, leading them to organize a return. When a human removed her oxygen mask, revealing a face remarkably similar to the girl's, the aged and rusted robot struggled to power up its systems after detecting signs of life nearby. The sudden sound startled the girl, and the robot's visual data, received after system reboot, wasn't very clear, but it vaguely resembled the girl. Without hesitation, the robot raised its arm, performing the completion of task gesture. However, shortly after, due to energy depletion, the robot permanently lost consciousness. As the camera angle shifts, the once barren land has transformed into a lush and verdant forest. If the robot had stopped planting trees after the girl's death, the Earth's environment would have remained low in oxygen, and its body might not have oxidized and rusted as easily. However, in the end, the robot chose to inherit the girl's will and used its own life to fulfill the dream the girl could not complete. Thank you for supporting our channel. If you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and leaving your comments. We're dedicated to creating engaging movie recaps for you.